Hello everyone, in this video we're going to write a VIM plugin to insert Bootstrap 5 snippets into a text document, just like you can do in VS Code and other text editors, but in a little bit different way because, I want to make use of the fact that I can customize VIM the way I want. So I could have used the existing plugin, obviously, but I really want to create my very own. And I could have used those elements, like those snippets from there, but I don't really like the way they are organized, so I wanted to make things on my very own, and hence this custom layout, I would say. So if I just go to the very beginning, so I can start with just being able to insert the starter template here. And for instance, just as a hint, so the idea is that if I'm not quite sure like how in particular the certain element I want to insert is named as a Bootstrap class, I can use this like comment hints here. So the commentary gives me a hint, like in the entire document body, where well, what can I place? So here is just as an example. I have the nav bar, so obviously I can put like the main part here, the footer as well. So like just apart from the JavaScript and the CSS files required for the Bootstrap 5 to run, I'm using the CDNs here, so everything gets downloaded from internet on the fly, so I don't use any local files here. But again, so say I want to insert the nav bar, I can just put the cursor here and insert the nav bar, then here is the nav bar. And again, within the nav bar, usually the ready-made snippets, what they do have both active link, the link, and the drop-down menu being embedded in there, just like you can grab and copy-paste from the Bootstrap website. But I don't really want that behavior, so say I don't want to have the drop-downs or whatever, so I just give a user an option to insert those he really wants to insert. And again, I'm giving some hints to the user, like which VIM command that regards to this particular plugin we're supposed to be writing this video. What name does that command have? So if I just type bs nav bar nav, it gives me, it adds the list where I can bring my things further on. And again, here the list can give me another option, so I can either do the navbar items or the drop downs, etc. I can also place the search bar if I want to. So here is the custom drop down, here is the custom search. So the idea is very simple. I just need to write little piece of code, the plugin itself essentially, that would be reading the data from this file, and then the key of the JSON elements like bs index would turn into the command called bs index, bs navbar, like stands for bootstrap navbar, bootstrap index, etc. It would be converted, it would be used, this name would be used as the command, the user-defined command called bs navbar, etc., etc. So I would automatically turn the keys from this dictionary to user-defined commands. This would save lots of space in the plugin, so that I can just use a for loop to loop over these keys, and that's the way to create custom commands. And then I would need just a single function to actually read a certain element, like this particular value. These are the lists. These are the strings, list of strings with indentations, and I just want to paste this in. And again, when I would be pasting some, like navbar has the same indentation you might see as the master template, but the indentation will be calculated so that it would be placed properly, not right over in here, but say in here. I will show you that within this tutorial as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's go strictly to writing the plugin. So I just quit from here and I say Vim and I call it bootstrap.vim. So this is going to be our plugin. And first I want to load Bootstrap 5, no, not Bootstrap 4, Bootstrap 5 snippets. And I can say let, so I'm using as because as prefix means the script specific scope variable. So the variable snippets is specific only to this particular script, and this is going to be equal to JSON decode. So this is the built-in function that allows us to read JSON data, to decode JSON data from the string, and as the source for this function, we will have the read file, and we want to read the file called snippets.json, JSON like this. And also we want to join this. So I say join this file and joined by the new lines. So just to make sure, this is going to be one single string. Okay. And like this. Yeah, we don't really want this to be commentary, obviously. And also, let's just echo our snippets just to make sure that the file has been loaded properly. So I want to source Bootstrap VIM. And yeah, we got our data wrapped from the file successfully, and that's really cool. Great. So next thing to do, we'll probably just define the function to insert Bootstrap code snippet. So insert Bootstrap code snippet, and I just say function, and exclamation mark stands for if there is a function with the same name. The name is a script scope specific variable called Bootstrap, and it takes the command as an argument. So if there is such a function, we'll override the function. Okay. Now, the next section is like it's as if user has been typing keys with his hands, but we just use commands to automate this process. And we probably want to kickstart with inserting a new line. So I want to say insert new line so that it behaves just like the put command if you press P in Vim. And I just want to define the indentation first. So indentation. And this is going to be equal to, there is a command indent, which gets the indent for the current line. And I'm using +1 because it starts with a 0 for some unknown reason. Now, if we have more than one line in our text buffer, and if the first line is not empty, then we do the following. So I say if line, and $sign stands for the last line. So if last line is greater than 1, so we have more than one line in the text buffer, or want to say get line, which gets the contents of the line 1. So if the line 1 is not equal to the empty string. In this case, we do the following. We want to call append, and want to append the line, current line, and just append the empty line. Okay, so also want to put the cursor accordingly. So cursor, and again line, current line, +1 because we're moving cursor one row down, and we also want to place it on the very first column. And that's essentially it. And if so, essentially what this would do, it would be similar to if I just press O command. So then what? So then we actually want to insert the actual code snippet. So insert code snippet, and here we want to loop over the lines within the corresponding snippet that user is calling. So let's say for line in as snippets, and to use the key, so snippets is the dictionary, so we're referencing snippets by key, and this is going to be defined by the command, which is the argument. So I say a prefix stands for argument, so a command, and this already allows us to loop over those lines, say the very first index, the very first key was bs index. So if a command equals to bs index, then we would loop through those lines corresponding to the key bs index in the snippets JSON file that I've demonstrated in the very beginning of this video. Okay, so here we do the following thing. So I say execute, and we will be crafting the command here. So first, normal. So want to go to the normal mode. Exclamation mark stands for if we have any mappings, any remappings for the default keys, we want to reset them. And by saying normal I, we make sure that we exactly do enter the insert mode, no matter what, no matter remappings. Okay, then we are now in the insert mode. Now we want to repeat the number of times the indentation equals to. We want to repeat the empty white space. Okay, so I just say repeat, and I'm repeating the white space the number of times whatever indentation equals to. And finally, after this, period stands for concatenating the line. So this is just like, instead of saying execute, we can just do the echo command, for instance, just to make sure that we can see the resulting command that has been generated. And eventually, we want to do the want to mimic the escape key press. And again, I just really can just do the echo here for now, just for now. And now let's add the command to actually insert the line itself. So let's just get rid of this for now. I just want to say just echo, command this out, and here I want to say echo, and again normal, and enter the insert mode. Then we want to use the line itself, okay, and then just do mimic the carriage return press like this, okay. So let's have a look. Yeah, so now we have the exactly what we're looking for. So we would execute like normal mode command I, then mimic the key presses, and then the lines themselves. So yeah, if I did everything properly, and if I just change the echoes for execute, this should actually be capable of inserting certain lines. Okay, so let me just quickly do execute here. Okay, yeah, let's give it a try now. So yeah, it just did things straight ahead. It did insert the snippet exactly where we want to, but yeah, it's not really seeing that nicely. It just inserts the snippets directly into the. Yeah, they just undo things. Yeah, so just do right quit, and I now say vim test.html, and here I do source and bootstrap vim. And yeah, already it just inserts the snippet exactly like I want it to. And yeah, now we don't yet have the user-defined commands to bind insertion of certain snippets to the document. So next function to implement is to give a user an option to type a command so that this would result in this action that we've just seen, essentially inserting the snippet. And as for the indentations, we'll check this a little bit later, so I just don't want to save anything here, and I go back to Bootstrap. So next function to do. So I don't want this for now, and I want to specify snippets keys as user-defined commands. And what we do here is the following. So I can say for key and the value. So really similar to how we do this in Python, to be very honest. In items and as snippets. So essentially, what we do here, we do loop over the elements within the snippets JSON file. So bs index, bs navbar, etc., etc., etc. So here, yeah, let's start with echoing again. So we'll then execute this as a command. So I want to say command and exclamation mark again. If we have the command with this name that will now generate, we'll just override that command. Okay, and then concatenate it with the key. All right, and then as the result, we want to call as bootstrap, and we want to use the key here as well, and key and the command name are the same, so just say key here again, and that's essentially it. And yeah, really, I probably don't even need to use this key value. I can probably just do key and not the items, but just keys. I think that should be fairly enough. And yeah, this is not a function, so this is going to be executed just right straight ahead. And yeah, one last but not least thing is I want to add the help message by the end, and I just want to say echo, and I want to say type bs index to insert bootstrap starter template, and right quit, going back to test, and let's also bootstrap again. Yeah, so we have the following commands that are about to be defined, and these are just the strings now, but I just want to make sure that they has been properly defined. So I could have just put these lines into my Vim plugin, but yeah, I can do this on the fly in the loop, which makes things much better. So and faster and easier. So now again, instead of just echoing this, I can do execute, right, quit, and go into test and source. Okay, now it tells me type bs index to insert bootstrap starter template. Okay, so go into command mode. Now bs in and tab to autocomplete. And then we got our code snippet being inserted. We have one extra line here, which is annoying, but we'll get rid of that. Okay, so let's say here I want to place the nav bar. And again, we need to make sure that the nav bar would have the proper indentation, but that should be handled already. So I say bs, so it just gives me a hint like which next command to use. Nav bar, okay. Nav bar, nav bar. Yeah, we want the nav bar. And then we have the nav bar being placed. But again, this annoying extra line makes me a bit angry. So let's get rid of that as well. So I'm going back to my Bootstrap VIM's plugin. And we just want to make some cleanups here after we insert the snippet. I just want to do some cleanup. And I just go to the normal mode. And I would say DD to delete the very last line we have sort of created. And then I want to use the $, which means to like the cursor automatically jumps after the DD cursor automatically jumps one level up and one row up. And then we want to move the cursor to the very end of the line it finds itself in. So yeah, right quit, and again test, and again just want to source bootstrap and bs index. Okay, no line. Now the cursor is exactly where it should be. Now I want to place the navbar bs navbar, no, not nav drop, navbar. Okay, home. Yeah, we got our navbar being inserted exactly where we need it to be. Yeah, so this is the indentation, 1 2 3 4 spaces here, and this gives some relative the relative offset, you see. So that's really cool. And if we just do more, so let's say here we want to say bs navbar nav, which gives us a list to work with, and within this list we can do bs nav item, and now for instance we can just do add a few links here, and also want to have, say, drop down item here, so I can do bs nav drop, okay, just as the hint tells me to do. I'll now show you how this looks in an HTML rendered in a web browser, but before that let me also include the search, so bs search, and we have the search form being inserted as well. Great, so I think this is kind of it, and let's right quit, and now let me open the web browser, and here I can do file, home, cmk, desktop, and just let me adjust the path a little bit. So this is called snippets and test HTML, and yeah, here is the document that we've just created. So we have 4 links and the drop down link, and if I say Control-Shift-I to inspect whether everything is just fine with the elements, so no errors as you can see, so everything has been loaded properly. So we have the links for all the CDNs, both CSS and the JavaScript CDNs being loaded properly. Everything is just nice, and if we have a look at the page source, then we have a nice, clear and clean HTML document that we've just created using the VIM plugin that allows us to insert Bootstrap code snippets. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you've learned something interesting out of it. And again, you can just do whatever snippets you want if you add those to this JSON file, and you can organize the snippets the way you want. So yeah guys, this is it from my side. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next tutorial. Cheers.